Let's do open.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shall I put these back?
Put this back, yes, please.
Okay.
And open 127, 12967.
That's okay.
I found the open craftsmen as very, very interesting. They're unique, and their history tends to associate them more with the Yoruba than the Edo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
Now there are two places called, or is it two places called Okpe? Because remember we had somebody write a label.
Oh yeah, that's.
And there was some confusion.
Exactly.
Could you just explain a bit about where they are and what the confusion was?
No, there's an Okpe in Delta State.
Okay.
And then there's an Okpe in Edo State.
Right.
The Edo State one is the one that's closer to Yoruba land. And then the Okpe in Delta State is in the deep Delta. It's actually more popular. The Okpe of Edo State is not as popular today as the Okpe of Delta State. Not a lot. In fact, I first knew Okpe like 12 years ago when we started field research in Edo North. And since then I've been fascinated, because when we're doing local histories and talking to people in the villages around northern Edo land, we're asking what their local origins were. It was only in Okwe, in that part of Edo State, that they said they came from Ife. They said they had a direct relationship with Ife rather than Benin. Most other communities in that area said they were from Benin. Yeah. And that was quite interesting. And I'm seeing, some interesting signs now from looking at the Okwe works in the MA. That there's something unique about them, which may also account for their history. It's interesting to get the details of the designs. Well, this is a comb from Okwe. It's very intricately done. It looks like it's been used in the past. There are signs of wear on it, and the design is quite interesting. It's one of the many designs, and it's quite unique. This is another comb from Okwe. It is carved in bone. It has a human head with hands on it. There are lines, sized lines and dots around it. It's broken off, obviously out of use. It's not decorated on the other side. It's only decoration on one side. These are all from the Thomas collection. Another wooden comb from Okwe, very tiny, miniature. Decorated on one side with lines, triangles, made of wood. Not sure what kind of wood, but it's another wooden comb from Okwe. It's so fragile. Sometimes I wonder whether they actually use these things.
We've got hair in some of the combs,
yeah,
but not the small
ones. Not the small ones,
no.
Yes. The small ones are really, really fragile looking.
Could they have been
maybe
more decorative?
Yes.
Yeah.
Decorative. Maybe they just stuck them in the hair and let them there. I was telling Remka that there's a festival in that part, in a particular place called Luzeba. It's the maiding festival. It's become very, very popular. And that's when a lot of the things are used to decorate maidings. They put them in the hair, and then they go around. It's usually a big thing. Sorry. An interesting comb from Opal, another very delicate one. Yeah, one is coming to believe that these things are more decorative than functional. Very intricate. The flat top, one of the handle is just decorated with triangular holes. Most of them are not decorated on the other side, just decorations are usually on.
So that would also make sense, wouldn't it? Because if you place them in your hair, you're only seeing
you show the side that's
decorated,
yeah.
rather than the two sides that you would need for a comb.
Precisely. Yeah, this is another comb made of some bone of some sort. Very, very intricate and decorative lines, triangular top, 2 holes, negative space. Yeah, in that case, actually, if they're used for even ornamentation and decoration, then they would bear hair.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah.
You would find hair on them because they would just stick them up for periods. You know. There's a piece of hair.
Yes. Yeah, but you're right, it could get caught, particularly on bone, because it sort of snags sometimes, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. It's interesting because the very early hair combs that we've got from Egypt, sort of 5,500, 6,000 years ago, we have the same thing. They're made out of ivory. They're about the same sort of size actually.
Okay.
And I just wonder if they were either kind of models, they represented proper hair combs, or whether they were just used to decorate the hair.
Let it be known how it came about the project, because that's very important.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I haven't heard that, that. And to think that it has become something this big is amazing. So when I went back to Nigeria in December, and I was asking questions about combs, I met a friend of mine. I told him I was involved in a combs project, and he laughed and said, "Oh, combs, what about combs?" That he could give me a comb. And he had just come from Nairobi in Kenya, and had lived in a hotel where they gave him this comb every day. It's a courtesy comb, so one is left in his room every day, and so he collected all of them, and kindly gave me one of them. It's made of wood, interestingly, and I think it's just like your soap or something they put in a room.
The teeth are quite narrow, aren't they?
Yeah, but it will do Western hair, Caucasian hair, but not our type.
No.
Certainly not, except maybe your type. The low one. This is a metal comb. It's made out of flat metal. It's cut out of flat metal, actually, and it's beaten with all kinds of designs on it. Spirals, crisscross lines, and it's from Otuo. Otuo is in Edo State, the northern Edo part. It's amazing that they make this kind of combs. I think it's possibly decorative, for putting in the hair. And then there are a couple of them common to that part. This is also another design from Otuo, same kind of comb, and yet another from Otuo. It's amazing how exquisite and beautiful they are. They are from Otuo. And then there are combs made out of bone, also from Otuo, quite decorative. How the designs are on them. the carved bone. And then you have the wooden ones. These ones are quite sturdy, so they might not have been made for decorations. Maybe they were used actually. But it's incredible how intricate the designs are and how exquisitely done they are. And look at the curved lines. And the sturdiness of it. The combs, on the whole, I understand there are well over 100 examples of combs in this collection from different parts of northern Edo land, Otuo, Sabongida, Ora, Ope, again with below and places like that. So can we now focus on all of them individually?
Could you just explain about the metal ones? So they higher sort of status in terms of food?
Yes, I would think so, by virtue of the fact that they're metal. In Benin tradition, only the Oba was permitted to have metal objects initially, and so we think that in the same way, metal combs must have had a higher status than combs in bone or in wood, following after Benin tradition, to which many of these objects relate.